Good evening, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans and Randomania fans. We have a wonderful show tonight. We have Race 1 of these Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament Finals featuring GregglyPuff and fryteeth. I'm Caleb. I'm in the booth with Lord Fizzlebeef. How are you doing, Fizzle? That good, huh? Also, we got behind the scenes tracking. We have Danny doing the clicking the buttons and Lord of the Synth doing the restream for us.
You know, I had an intro all ready to go, and I was halfway through it, and then I realized that my microphone was muted. So, hi, everyone. Welcome to Game 1 of Finals. I'm here. I'm hungry. Let's do this.
Let's go! So, fun fact for this race, both of these runners like to draft and have chosen to draft in this race 1. fryteeth opened the draft with a red mage. GregglyPuff responded in kind with the black belt thief, and fryteeth rounded out the draft with a second red mage. So pretty versatile party. We're going to have our in-game solution in the black belt and support magic from the double reds. That thief will get us through some runs maybe, but if we could run into a couple roadblocks should fast land above level 5. It could be problematic for that black belt. If we don't get like good curing or healing magic, could be a little slower going. But what do you think of this party, Fizzle?
It's an interesting party because, like, that black belt has a lot going on. What we've got is, so our minus 10 luck says our black belt is going to have a real hard time running from anything. We've got fighter swords, which should make starting a grind easier, but we've got minus 15 strength to go with it, so we'll need a beefy sword to actually like get it into motion. And black mage vitality is just a real bummer whenever I see it attached to a black belt. So like there's things going for it while having things go against it. It's a very, I don't want to call it volatile, but like I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, we could be bailed out early with level 1 like exit or life 2 paired with a tier 3 or even a tier 2 sweep or something to get the early levels off the ground. What could be a wrench is no real decent magic and not the best weapons available to purchase. So we're going to check our inventory right away. It looks like I saw at least one tent in fryteeth's inventory. And white magic, oof, we got harm 4.
And we're locked on a wall, which is a bit of a bummer. But hey, we got a level 1 nuke.
Alright, so we're pretty good there. No access to wall is going to be a bit of a bummer, but heal 2 is not a bad sign either. Mm-hmm. We got wooden sticks +1. That's our best weapon. Wooden armor +1. Chain -1. Definitely going to be better than the wood +1, but... Mm-hmm. And fryteeth beats GregglyPuff out the gate and is on the way to the Temple of Fiends. We'll see if he goes right for Garland or opens the 3 boxes.
It's a pretty strong first run.
Yeah, and we are checking boxes, so maybe we'll get lucky, find a bridge, get a saber -1 here in the bottom left. We're going to immediately look like a hard reset out, and Greg going right for Garland, which is something that he's apt to do. And just some minus gear. I'm surprised fryteeth's going to walk this out. That was a great -1 and a copper bonk. Yeah, the fight says, no thanks.
With level 1 nuke, we're not so desperate for level 2 magic to get us going. So yeah, the great axe isn't going to vendor for much. The copper gauntlet isn't worth anything. The saber is not worth anything. So yeah, just take the Garland and go. And
we get the canal here from the king. And a ship. So ship and canal right away. What is in the marsh cave? What is in ice cave? We probably won't find out until the 45-minute mark.
So I hate skipping 2 incentives that I have access to head elsewhere. Marsh cave seems perfectly dippable. Like nuke is going to take care of any monster in a box that we find. Like, I'm thinking marsh.
And our first shuffled town is that of Onrak, and a bunch of camping equipment, well, a lot of cheap tents, and no sign of the vendor item just yet. Fryteeth with just a slight, still working that slight advantage coming out of Canaria a little bit faster out the block, so to speak, compared to GregglyPuff. This has been a little bit more time checking shops, but gonna get our first look here at the shuffled Elfland location.
That first run off the power cycle is an absolute behemoth. I kind of hate to see what dungeons look like.
Yeah, and it's also interesting is what that sort of means for both of these runners always have in their back pocket the desert grinds around Mirage Tower. With the A side, B side, spike tiles being tri-state, not knowing what we're going to have available to grind. A lot of runners, GregglyPuff and Fryteeth included, have leaned hard on that desert grind when there is not a readily available tile. So with that hard run, it's going to make the long run off the hard reset is going to make it a lot harder to see the viability of that grind, unless it's like encounter, and you just have to do the long run in order to get the 3 fights. But
right.
Cheeky check for Greg gets about 15k.
I
from
like
the
it.
2 boxes and dwarves. Fryteeth,
I like it a lot.
The information that Gaia is there, kind of a bummer, but hey, it's Provoca. It's my favorite town. Alright, Fryteeth with the immediate save, and GregglyPuff gets initiative, throws some nukes into the mix, and we'll find out very quickly what Vicky's Pirates are going to give us today. It's adamant, so I would imagine Fryteeth's also going to get that 15k now.
It feels a little bad for GregglyPuff because we're having to go right back to Dwarf Cave even though we were just there, but honestly, I still like the play just in case the vendor item was here.
Yeah, that's a good call. Then we got gold plus 1s for just short of 19,000. That's worth remembering. No class rolled a negative or no bracelets. The Red Mage will have the ability to equip the X-Cal and only Thief Swords, along with an extra 20 Vitality, negative 15 Agility, and Black Mage Strength. So, in some ways they're better, in some ways they're worse than traditional Red Mages. But we got Invis 2, Warp, and Zap, it looked like. And Lock 2. So, good magic here in level 2. Good support magic to... You love to see early warp. When that Oxyale inevitably falls in our laps in the next 5 to 10 minutes, it will make poking around in Sea Shrine a little bit more palatable.
I will say, that level 2 warp, now I'm really looking at just pulling into one of these river docks and then hitting up Marsh Cave, because it's not going to get any better than this.
Yeah. And we even got the Thief to kind of... And GregglyPuff, I'm not surprised you're going to immediately check the 2 tiles in Earth Cave as Fryteeth continues with the progression. And it's TNT, so... Everybody's favorite, the Lazy Dwarves.
It's hot outside, it's summer, they can't be bothered to carry stuff from one end of the cave to the other.
Man, it's fun being psychic sometimes. That early Oxyale falling directly in our laps. Fryteeth not interested in what's in Sea Shrine just yet. And I don't hate this play. Let's check our other towns. Let's see if Crescent Lake has Crescent Lake, or maybe we rush Onrak and find the vendor item down there in the caravan. Now, looking at Fryteeth's screen, I did miss the spike tiles here in Earth 1.
So we've got 1 to 2 nightmares, and we've got 1 to 3 waters. So we're on A-side tiles.
A-side tiles isn't bad. Gershark's not bad either if they've rolled low, and they got more than 300 HP, but I got excited that we found a Sun -2. I mean, I guess the Black Belt can swing that?
Yeah, I would trust the Black Belt with that. A base Sun Sword is high enough that we can overcome that strength penalty. Yeah, it's -2, and that sucks, but like it's still gonna do work for us, I think.
Yeah, it's ooh, Trolls with Squint. I gotta love when they live up to their namesake. So a little bit of a sort of kind of spin on the tires here for both runners. Not the most adversity we've seen in early games at all, but just you want to find. I bet. I mean, obviously under 10 minutes you'd love to find floater sub 10 minutes, but at this point we're running out of options. We can rush on rack, check the waterfall. We got the warp to make that really easy. Kind of nuke our way through and pick up a handful of levels there, but fryteeth just getting the bad news that this hard reset run is just not going to make poking around on the overworld really viable at all.
Oh, is Greg heading? Greg's heading for Marsh. We're doing it. We're doing the Marsh play.
Alright, fryteeth headed maybe the same direction. It looks like we're heading back to Elfland.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to park at the lower dock. Yep, we're descending upon the Marsh Cave. Alright, Greg doing his patented marsh bottom first.
It's the duality of Marsh. If you go bottom first, you get 8 of the 11 chests, with one of them being linked for the top 4. However, it's always in top Marsh, so...
Well, fun fact, there's actually 2 that are linked on top Marsh. It's just no one ever checks the far left.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, wait a minute. 1 to 3 fires. This isn't B-sides.
B-side box encounter.
Oh, right. I know these flags.
This is a good encounter to take. They might get rid of our thief for us. That would be nice. No stop hitting the black belt. Nuke is going to clean them up, and this is just going to be a big box of experience for us. Already 8, 10, 10.
Yep. And fryteeth's going to catch it as well here in the linked box. And learn that the item is on Marsh Bottom, so...
Well, it's almost always Marsh Top. I continue to choose to believe.
Alright. What's it gonna be? Another monster in a box. It's just shadows, so... We do run the risk of running from these encounters and then being the Power Gauntlet or White Shirt by not having our inventory filled up, but there's a bottle. Greg doesn't know that Gaia is available in Elfland.
Might be the time we find out. In the meantime, we want to know what this marsh tile is, because since we're working with A-sides, there's a very, very short shopping list of things we want. Sphinx is not one of them. We want either Agama, we want that's about it.
I mean, metal slimes are workable with the level 1 nuke, just to get like a quick dump of levels.
That's true.
Maybe zombie Ds could be good too.
Could work. Could work.
Yeah, not like for your level 32, 42 grind, but definitely party-wide grind or 3-man grind up to I'm out of nukes, basically. Just like you would in the old days with just sort of spamming the armchair tile in ordeals. Like, I'm here. I got like 6 nukes left. Let me just blast off these nukes and grab some quick levels.
Yeah.
Alright. Greg still not going to check Elfland Town, and fryteeth knows it's Gaia, so Greg going to go right for Onrak. This is a play out of your book, Fizzle. How'd that work for you?
I decline to comment. I love the guts of the play. It's just sometimes you go in and the RNG is just like, oh, by the way, I've put everything deadly in this dungeon, and everything you don't want to ambush is going to ambush. So have fun. And it's just like, oh, but my gutsy play, it was foolproof.
Yeah. fryteeth, meanwhile, going to get the information what this bottle turns into. Could be big, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure Greg's going to go mermaid side first. Hey, they gotta love that free gold +1. And there's Floater from the bottle, so...
Well, I mean, the C play is still fine, because, like, we still have to do this. And with luck, we'll get, like, Loot or Key or something out of here. And we'll kill Kraken while we're here, because eventually we'll just get enough nuke charges that it's fine.
Yeah, and, like, they're already at, like, 6 nukes apiece, so we should feasibly be able to get through the few boxes on TFC floor, the remaining boxes that might have encounters in them on the Mermaid floor, and still be okay. So Greg's going to get some good early levels here, as well as some information. That gold +1 isn't worth, sneezing at either. Like that's pretty good.
That's going to make any grind that we find a lot safer for Greggly than it's going to be for fryteeth.
And fryteeth buying a bunch of wooden chucks, so gonna fill up his inventory as Greg gets a wizard stick. We got a kill strategy on carry now.
I begrudgingly accept the fact that sometimes filling your inventory is a strategy. I feel like this is one of those seeds where it is a strategy because we don't... Like, there's some gear we want. Ribbons would be nice. You know, everyone loves the free Mazza. But, like, that's 2 out of 200-something boxes. So...
And Greg didn't hit a single monster in a box that entire Mermaid's floor. I spoke too soon. We got one on TFC right away. So, Monster Box will only be in 40 boxes in the game. They will not be in front of key items. They could be in front of incentivized items such as the Power Gauntlet or the White Shirt. But I think the only objection I have with what fryteeth's doing is he's wasting some menu inputs to specifically buy the cloth because it's 3 gold when the wooden helmets were right there for 54 gold. I get it if we're like super tight on money, but we've got close to 13k. Just buy the wooden hats. You know, they're going to fill up your inventory just the same, and it's going to save you just a little bit of time in the menu there, because Greg's definitely probably not going to fill up his inventory, so you're losing time by spending time in shops first, Greg. You gain time in the fights you get to skip opening boxes, so it's an interesting strategy when you know your opponent is. And now, granted, I don't know if fryteeth has watched the tape on Greg, so to speak, to know that he's not going to fill his inventory. But it also, what if it's in TFC? Fizzle.
We don't think those thoughts. Those thoughts are the bad thoughts.
Okay.
Although my thing is like, what if it's not Mermaid side? We've got effectively 1 box left to check. Technically 2, but effectively 1. And if the item is not in that box, then this is a big time sink for Greggly.
Yeah. And fryteeth now with the information that Greg had based on those earth tiles, so we're starting to even up knowledge-wise. Greg has the knowledge of mermaids being a bust, and fryteeth still on a hunt for a vendor item. Gonna check the caravan. No dice. Alright, but I like this. We can knock out Onrak continent as a whole. We have the slab in hand. We've already turned in the bottle. We have the Oxyel. Once we visit here, we never have to come back, and it's Crescent Lake.
Wait.
Super groovy. And no vendor item, so we definitely don't have to come back here. Unless pro rings are for sale here? Nope. No reason. So gotta love it.
Any mandatory level 6 magic?
Nope. Don't even care about white magic, so I guess we're fine without life too. Oh, Greg gets so awesome.
Okay.
All right. So it's interesting because if fryteeth comes into Sea Shrine much later and bum rushes Kraken side, he's going to get that moss at 2 grand. It'll be later, and it'll likely go into the hands of a red mage and not a black belt if we're bum rushing Kraken. But still, it's interesting to see how these are different advantages are going to pay out.
But if there's a good tile down here and it's in a spot we can safely grind, Oh, this is gonna turn around real quick.
This is also true. Mummies with mute. Just the worst.
Shh, no talking in the waterfall.
The worst librarians. Ooh, that's a fight I like to throw a nuke at.
Oh yeah, we can nuke this. These count. And they might rid us of this meddlesome thief. Or not.
He's gonna do his job. Fryteeth working his way around the horn. Gonna very quickly get to the robot room. And there goes the thief. So maybe there's something here on the robot tile. Oh, we lost the we still have C4 and but if there's a grind here that's available, it's problematic. Oh,
yeah, so Sea Trolls have Rub, and they managed to bullseye both the Black Belt and the Thief.
Well, there's the rub.
I wonder if we're just gonna power charge these red mages, warp back.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
viable.
bounce. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're already up to level 14. That's pretty really good. And there's a vanilla cube. So required waterfall. We're gonna open some boxes. And there's a ribbon.
All right, all right.
Look at all this cloth. And there's the herb. Alright, so I would imagine Greg immediately just gonna warp out.
Not worth the risk for any of these other tiles. Level 2 warp is stupid.
Let's see if that thief stays asleep. Nope. Gonna keep dangling around for a little bit longer. Alright, Fryteeth finished with the Onrak on it. We'll move on to the Lefinian Peninsula and Gaia and find out what these towns are. We're looking for Melmond, so we can translate this slab. And we're looking for Elfland. So
Level 5, what do we got? Nothing.
Can't get that life.
Level 5, what do we got? Nothing.
Saber.
Well,
It's fine. It's a spell we can learn.
yeah.
It's definitely a break glass in case of emergency. Greg, go to Elfland and get your town information. Please. Pinkies up. Yep, so Greg, with the herb in hand, is going to sail the outer loop to get to Elfland.
Right. Because we already got Adamant and TNT. The only thing that's left for an inner sea fetch is Crystal. So,
or Key.
Or Key.
Yeah, like
we got most of them done.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's a bottle you can turn in. And we got a shop item here. It's got to be here. And there's the hurdy-gurdy.
Oh, yeah.
And now we never have to come back down here either, so... Time to check some magic. What do we got? Lit 2. Meh.
As a supplement to preserve nuke charges, maybe?
Yeah. Maybe there's Fade? Ruse
Or
and exit. Ruse and exit. Pretty good. Greg nodding in improvement at that floater.
Says, yep, I could have had this 10 minutes ago.
Heal 3. Also an awesome spell to find. And herb turns into the chime. Alright, so required sea dive to get to Sky.
Okay.
And there's the elusive fast.
Okay.
Problem solved.
So we have basically a complete window of magic at this point. We've got nuke, we've got fast, we've got warp. We don't have temper. We don't really have any sweepers other than nuke. But this is okay.
It's viable for sure.
Yeah.
We're buying pro rings, and we're gonna pick up. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna pick up B4. Bo.
Yeah.
Bo. It's a shorthand. Alright, GregglyPuff gonna get his slab. Fryteeth. Slab translated, we know that Lefane was in Crescent Lake, so we'll find out what that is. But first, a steak. And Greg gonna go poke around on the volcano. That's a lot of nukes.
Ooh, that's a lot of health.
We microwave the steak for 4 minutes.
Gotta microwave it for well done.
Ooh, red D's.
I think we have the horsepower to take this, depending on what it does.
Alright, so about 260 HP on that red D with the swing and the red mage nuke. So that's where it looks like Greg's settling in.
One swing for 94 with the Mazza isn't particularly worrying at the level we're at. It'll be fine.
Slab leads to the white shirt, so we got our first quote-unquote dud. So now we have to find the rod and the key, and we have ordeals and ice, and Fryteeth going to ice.
The warp trick in ice, I feel like, isn't as good as it used to be, because it's now a very, very low chance that that box has what we're looking for, since we shuffled incentives around the dungeon.
Yeah, but with warp and exit, it's way gooder.
Yeah.
Because then we can just leave. We don't have to worry about the rest of the boxes.
Right.
And the wizards, they went to Elfland to get that level 3 magic. They got that lit too. Good thing they skipped Canaria early on. Puff up to 15.
No. Red D, please hit the one in front.
So Fryteeth gonna wiggle into the drop-down room here, and we're gonna get our first look at these 3 boxes. And looks like GregglyPuff's black belts finally got enough hits to do something with that red D.
So going for a tile check, it's Mudgalls, which is not great.
Yeah. We got mute mummies.
Shh. No talking in the ice cave.
Talking anywhere. Oh, zombie D's.
So this has potential to be better, somewhere between 260 and 380 health, somewhere above 300 health. The problem is this is not a safe grind. Every step off that tile might trigger an encounter. Yeah.
It's worth taking for the one fight, for sure. Get the information.
Got that gargoyle flash mob going on.
GregglyPuff just feeling the pain of that black mage vitality on the black belt. Just sub 400 health at almost level 20. Just, ugh. It hurts. It hurts the heart.
Alright, we down only 2 left. And it looks like it's 1 to 2 rounds. Where are we? Oh,
No.
we're okay. We're burning down the red mage. I get it.
Dragging her around in the lava outside the door. Just like, I'll be right back, Red D. I just gotta go shove her into the lava. The Red D, meanwhile, inside the room is just like, just pretty messed up, man.
All right, we're gonna play the floor is lava. Oh, I know how to play that. No, not like that.
Please let me out.
Hey, we got a nice bridge.
Hey, all right. That's an extra 5% XP.
Yeah.
A pro ring and a monster in a box. We're gonna walk outside and save it.
Also, we continue to have no talking in the ice cave.
It's important.
I just picture mummies in the seed as being the guy on the golf course that holds up the sign that says "No talking, please."
Ooh, mages with ice too.
Ruh-roh.
Gonna survive by Brack gonna survive by the ribbon we found in the volcano. And I'm sorry, in the waterfall.
And it looks like we're gonna use the last nuke.
This is spooky because does not have any sort of added luck bonus. So
this is where we want. This is where we could have used lightning too. This right here.
Oh boy. Gonna attempt to run from the zombies. The upside is we do have a ribbon, but we don't have much armor on besides that. And we have a pro ring +1. The zombies spamming glance, and we're gonna. This is the bad times.
Oh.
So we have the information that the box we want is on this top floor. And there is nothing else really worth picking up, so we can just t-shirt cannon ourselves to the basement and let it go. Question from chat, why would GregglyPuff put his black belt in the 3rd or 4th slot here? So the way the game reads morale, it checks against the light warrior that's in your top slot, and if that light warrior starts getting up there in levels, it weighs it against the enemy's morale. There's a math that happens, and if that math works out that the morale is less than the character's level, they run away. So, something like that. Basically, you don't want to spook the monsters. So you hide behind all your deceased light warriors that are of a much lower level and trick the game into just letting you fight this thing that you shouldn't be fighting anymore, according to the game's logic.
Right.
Basically forcing it to do a con check.
I believe this is one of the... So, basically what happens is... it rolls a number 0 to 255. Zeros are not an automatic success, and for every level that the front slot has, you subtract 2 from morale, and then basically if you roll over the morale value, it works. I might be wrong about that. It's been a while since I looked at morale calculations. I just know that for every level, it makes it 2 RNG increments easier. But there's also, like, a minimum amount that you need before it even becomes possible.
Yeah. Wizards with frost as well as lightning too.
Gotta stay cool.
Oof. And just blowing up. Ah! And blah, 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 blah. So we're tired of running, so we're just going to go back to spamming nukes as C4 takes a nap. And Fryteeth down to his final 3 boxes here.
This looks familiar.
And we know that it's not a power bonk that we're leaving behind because we do have a full inventory.
Mm-hmm. I like the decision to nuke your way through the giant iguana encounter rather than bank on run.
Yeah. And there's our last nuke.
It was still the correct decision, it just cost a lot.
Yeah. We know for sure that the last box, and there's the rod. So Ice and Marsh both required. Well, yes, because the loot was for sale in Elfland.
Right.
Alright, Fryteeth almost in go mode. We know that the key will likely come from Ordeals. Probably involving some heavy fetches, or I guess it could be in Sky. So...
yeah, it could be Sky because we found both Chime and Cube.
And Fryteeth gonna head into the volcano. He's gonna find this red D as well. Won't have the Masa that Greg picked up in Sea Shrine, but ooh, we're gonna spam some nukes.
Single punch for single digit damage. If I was in Fryteeth's position, I would strongly consider moving on, I think.
And if you're Greg, is it in your head that you've been here for X amount of minutes?
I mean, it is, but given the other blurrings going on, Black Belt is the only solution to the problem that this seed presents. So yes, it feels bad that we've been here for a while, but I know it's A-side tiles. There's no guarantee that, like, an easy eye is anywhere. Grinding off the power cycle isn't a thing, so it feels bad, but also, like, you can't really see any other alternative.
Yeah. Fryteeth gonna head to Ordeals. The 3 spike tiles here, 1 is free. The other 2 can be dangerous. We did see those zombies with that nasty glance script, so the off-tile encounters are particularly spooky here in Ordeals, but if that one just passed the door, I mean, obviously it would have to be the eye or a very low HP Agama at this point. And it's also giving Greg a ton of money, so once we finish this, we'll be able to go buy those gold +1s for our mages, pick up pro rings, you know, and there's a blue D with damage poison.
Oof. So that's a no.
And level 38, good enough for GregglyPuff.
Or was it? I have a feeling we might be on the hunt for heal pots. Because we went to Lefane and we hated it.
Yeah.
Now we're over here and we're going straight to the item shop. And we're buying 99 heal pots. Yep.
Nice pillar maze for Fryteeth using that warp spell to kind of walk it back. And the free tile here is gargoyles, so that's a bummer. And there's the key. So we are in no mode in the booth here. We know that we don't need to check any boxes in Sky.
Optional sky, truly the darkest timeline.
And Fryteeth will need to go through Sea Shrine. That will need to be, and luckily for him, that's the only place he can go. Because Power Bonk here is not really necessary. I mean, Power Bonk, I guess, could be in Canaria locked, or it could be the Ruby.
Right, that's the two that we have left.
But Fryteeth's going to get the information that the chime is not here in Canaria locked. And gonna save outside. Not a bad play at all.
That was the hardest thing that I had to get used to when I was practicing these, and practicing for Monster in a Box in general. It was like destroying the concept of safe boxes, because none of them are safe now. So just save everywhere.
Yeah. Welcome to Paranoia, the tournament. There's Crown. So all of this, if anything, is going to give Fryteeth a slight item advantage when it comes to grinding. We're going to have a lot more key items turned in, so if we do end up settling on those red Ds, we're going to get through it a little bit quicker. It looked like Greg was getting about 4,700, and there's metal slimes. We did pick up a Zeus Bonk.
Okay.
It's hard to tell how much HP they have, about 270-ish, maybe.
Their MDef is weird in that they resist everything but lightning and time, but their MDef isn't that great, so Nuke is almost always going to roll up on them.
But key in hand, we're going to go visit Astos. We're going to see if he gives us the Ruby, Crystal, or Power Gauntlet.
Worst case scenario is the Crystal, which we get, of course, because that's just one more thing leading us astray.
Another 5%. And it will very quickly circle the drain and force Fryteeth into the Sea Shrine. But I'm sure we're going to go check the 2 spike tiles here. Save first, okay. And GregglyPuff going to take on Carry 1 here. Level 42 Black Belt's pretty big, but no armor. Carry Punch is Horde. But that's an Orblet.
Yep. First orb at almost exactly the 40-minute mark.
And just a bunch of undead hanging out in Astos' closet.
I think if I'm Fryteeth, like, there's only a couple places left that I want to check for tiles, and the vast majority of them are in Volcano anyway. So I'm probably headed back there to investigate the rest, and if I don't find what I like, we just settle for red D somehow. Question in chat, where's the zombie tile in vanilla? That's actually kind of a great question. It relates to how tile shuffle works when it's on A-sides. So every single tile in the vanilla game is an A-side tile. However, not every A-side encounter gets its own tile. So when we shuffle tiles around, we shuffle them between all potential A-side encounters, not just the things that were tiles. That's how we get metal slimes, that's how we get zombies, etc.
The more you know, with Lord Fizzlebeef. Time for learn. I didn't know that. Makes sense. Logic checks out.
Yep. I could swear there's a couple other outliers, but I don't remember what they are off the top of my head.
I feel like I've seen, now that you mention, I feel like I've seen solo chimeras on A-side tiles. And they don't exist.
Right. There are not Ankylo tiles in vanilla, but there are A-side Ankylo encounters.
Alright, GregglyPuff on his way down to Kraken 1 as Fryteeth begins his commitment to the red D. It's gonna be a minute. We're gonna have to use a lot of nukes to get that up to speed. So 18 across 3, so that's what? 54. So he's gonna begin about like maybe maybe about 1,000 more XP.
I don't know why, but I pictured this as like being some kind of weird after-school special type thing, where you have like the nerdy kid with the glasses just going punching a dragon, and then there's like a 40 minutes later, and it's like this super roided out like 30-year-old guy, and he's just like punching the same dragon.
Question from chat: where was the masa? It was in the first box on the left side of Sea Shrine. GregglyPuff found it early as Fryteeth was getting in the air. And we're getting there. I think Greg was getting 3,700 per red D, I think. And
something in there, yeah.
Fryteeth's going to be getting almost double that when he gets us down to a one-man. If we get this down to a one-man. He's getting 4,700? Okay. So he's going to be getting about 2,500 more. But we got to keep alive. And GregglyPuff going to come into Ice Cave and not have that. I mean, he'll have the built-in MDEF of the black belt itself, but there's a lot of spooky stuff down here. Luckily, we got that morale breaking going. Level 19 now, a little bit closer to quote-unquote viability for the black belt on Fryteeth's side. Good turn order there. And there we go, 5,485, so about 800 XP more after all those key items are picked up, so it'll save him a handful of fights, but not a huge time save by having more, but oh boy, that's scary. And now it looks like Fryteeth has quickly got up to the one-punch zone of the Red D's health, so should be in the clear from here as long as we don't lose turn order that much. Too often, rather. And there's GregglyPuff's bridge. Super pumped about that.
We can now walk back to Canaria.
That we can just fly over.
We could land the airship on the bridge.
And if you're Fryteeth, I would assume you just go right to 42 also. Do you do the cheeky stop at 38 maybe?
So
and try to get the rest of the way there?
The problem is that would require us well, we do have Bonk, so I see the potential, but without temper, it feels bad, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he does have better magic on the red mages just by having the full town exploration. Like, he's got exit, he's got the heal 3 that he was using earlier as well. Like, he's got decent magic for those red mages, but yeah, like, I would imagine we're gonna go maybe till we run out of heal pots. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see the same thing we saw on GregglyPuff's side. We're gonna go until we have no more heal pots, but we might not be confident in where we stop, so we're going to have to go and buy more heal pots.
Yeah. And Greg needs to now go do the northern continents. He needs to visit Elfland to buy the loot. He needs to turn in the slab in Gaia, which is Melmond. He needs to do ordeals to get the key. And he needs to go to Waterfall to get the cube. But we're going to knock out the Earth Cave and light our third orb, so you got to feel good about that progress. 47 minutes in, and you're on your way to 3 orbs lit. Feels pretty really good.
It's excellent routing, like, because we had Provoca on-rack, and then we hit up Ice Cave because it was literally right there, and now we're hitting up Earth Cave because it was basically right there. And that was after we did Volcano, which was just right there. So we're just doing everything in this lower hemisphere kind of contained area before we head elsewhere and do kind of the rest of the game.
And good levels on those red mages too, over 400 HP. I mean, granted, they do have the extra 20 vitality, which is definitely, putting their thumb on the scale for them. But you love to see it. Red mages already like at their Topher HP levels. Like you got to feel good if you're in Greg's position here. You could even throw that Masa onto the thief that's got 10 strength bonus. Little half a temper.
I think my favorite Blursing combination that I've seen in this flag set is when you hand like a black mage like plus 20 or 40 vitality and then give it black belt vitality growth. So, you hit Temple of Fiends Revisited, you've got this black mage walking around with like 700 health. It's just like, how did that happen?
Yeah, these black mages are gonna be fine. Crabcakes in chat pointing out the elephant in the room that could tangle Greg's feet if we decide to go to Sky. I don't see Greg doing Sky, not with low-level warp. I definitely see Onrak Continent next, because we're still looking for vendor item. There's 2 shops there potentially. We need to find Melmond, and we can knock out the waterfall while we're there. So I would imagine that's next for Greg. And then Gaia Lefane. It's just whether or not he does Sky before ordeals.
I see the town checks, but if I'm GregglyPuff and I'm thinking I got my grind done and so I need my loot, I need my key.
There's orb number 3.
Cube. So if I could just do Sky, like Sky might prevent a trip to the Onrak continent entirely. It might prevent a trip to ordeals. It could do so many things. It could even be a boat. So I don't know. I'm looking at Sky and my brain is just growing in size.
Yeah, well, that's your problem. I mean, Sky can provide a lot of wonderful things. There's over 50 boxes there, but it is, for me, next to Sea Shrine, it's the longest dungeon to clear, and it gets increasingly more and more dangerous the higher you climb, that you run the risk of wiping or losing something important on your way up there, and then it just the death spiral can start pretty quickly, and then you hit the Bridge of Destiny. It's like, I gotta get across this thing because I can't see a war mech right now. I'm down to 2 light warriors, and then I still got to deal with Tia, and turn order's a thing, and I don't have a ribbon, and so. And then you wipe, and it's just like, now what am I gonna do? I gotta go back all the way through this, and now it's like, do I just take the same fights and to try to recreate the level growth that I got, or do I just run from everything and just try to get to the top as quickly as possible and just, shrug and say it's gonna happen?
Everything you're saying makes 100% logical sense. However, the mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat. And that is probably why I'm in here doing commentary and not in the final.
Sky rarely provides in these flags, in my opinion. But and with the warp, it just feels too clean to do ordeals and waterfall first. And fryteeth finished the grind, or is right there and gonna do possibly Sea Shrine, and we'll probably do Kraken side first. Now that we've got the black belt up to speed. And there's the cube for Greg. Will he open the box and get the ribbon?
Nope.
No.
Ain't nobody got time for ribbons. Be on the clock. Let's go.
Alright. So, fryteeth didn't do carry while he was in Volcano. So, slight bleeding of time there to Greg. I hope fryteeth's just doing the one off to the right and then going back to the left. But
that's my assumption.
You never know anymore with these crazy kids, what they're doing. What strategies they're picking up. And fryteeth, I wonder if we're going to take a step back and kick ourselves straight in the butt when we see this Masa. Oh, Greg going for promotion.
Yeah, chat pointing out that level 6 white magic had some life too.
And fryteeth skipped level 6 white, so... Could be big. Fryteeth with a ribbon. GregglyPuff will have access to life magic.
I think the real awkward part, though, is that fryteeth has the ribbon that you would really like if you had life magic, and Greggly has the life magic and will never open a ribbon box.
Yeah. I mean, fryteeth could also, if things go sideways in Topher, could move that gold bracelet, that Pro Ring +1. And the ribbon over to the black belt and lower its absorb, but make sure that it survives the gross zaps and banes of the Fiends Revisited. Ribbon, answer a question in chat, ribbon came from the waterfall.
Yeah, which Greggly went in, talked to the robot, and warped out.
Greg has discovered Melmond. That's a lot of money. I was playing a seed the other day and I actually maxed out my money. It felt really good.
Nice.
And I was still mad that I was like opening boxes and getting gold. Like, come on, can't hold this gold.
can't hold gold flags when?
Especially when it's like behind a monster in a box. I mean, come on, man. I did this for a reason. I filled up my gold. GregglyPuff flying away from... Okay, we're going to get the white shirt. Instead of just knowing that Elflin's down there and we still have... Like, we know that our shop item is there.
Right.
But... Really wanted that white shirt. Probably didn't, but he'll take it.
It exists. Like, it will take up space in our inventory.
And here comes fryteeth's herb. And at this point, fryteeth just needs to go beat up some fiends, and Greg still has to do ordeals, so this is gonna be a tight one.
I put Greggly ahead, but not by terribly much, especially depending on like the path we're gonna take to look for these last couple items. Question in chat, does the transition to and from canoe skip over a fight? Indeed it does. As does the transition to and from a boat. So that's why you'll occasionally see runners take weird wonky paths that just kind of like go in and out of river systems, is because all of those tiles don't advance the encounter table.
The enemies are kind enough to see you getting out of a boat, know how awkward of a position you're in, and just kind of at least let you get your footing before they jump you. Comment from chat. Promo would mean fast and nuke on the ninja, but our thieves don't get magic on palm promotion. They're just ninja boys today. No spellcasting. And here comes Kraken 2. We're going to fast and punch. And come on, Kraken.
Yep.
I said Kraken 2. I meant Kraken 1.
Kraken,
Obviously.
additionally.
Yes.
Yeah.
All together. Alright, time to go jump down the volcano water slide. That'd be an awkward slip and slide situation. And GregglyPuff rolled the dice correctly, knowing that it's either Ordeals or Sky. Please let it be in Ordeals. Question from chat, what were the Thief blessings? Thief had plus 15 agility, plus 10 strength, minus 20 HP, minus 10 MDef, and no promotion magic. So Thief doing their best to kind of be a fighter. Maybe?
A little bit.
They're trying. It's a pale imitation.
I mean, they'll do great standing in the front soaking hits. Fighters do that too. Alright, here comes Fryteeth. Gonna take on Carry 1. As soon as he encounters, get out of our way.
Yep,
Let's
and Greg
begin.
is through the pillar maze, so the difference of an earth cave at this point.
Double fast goes off. Punch. 19 hits, 1774. That's like enough to take down at least 2 Carry 1s.
Maybe if they ask nicely, we can get that damage to carry over into the next seed. These guys race. Alright. Turning in the herb, that will be our go mode for Fryteeth as GregglyPuff just hits his go mode. So that's fun. Runners hitting go mode at the same time. And we're going to go to Earth Cave for Fryteeth as GregglyPuff climbs the tower. Nope.
No.
Lied.
Where are we going? Oh, we're buying gear.
Yeah, going to go maybe get those gold plus ones. Nope, just going to go buy blah, 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 blah.
Oof. Seafood Party Pack is the scariest A-side tile.
Ooh, lobsters with glare. That's not going to be good.
That's an encounter we don't want to see in Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, because the sea troll's also with rub. I mean, rub mitigated by a pro ring, but I doubt Puff's wearing a pro ring.
Yeah. Although hopefully we just have... we actually do have the MDef at this point at 42 to just ignore rub and ignore glare.
You say that.
Yeah.
But I guess we're not gonna wish poor luck on our runners, but I've seen some Topher things happen to high-level black belts a lot recently, so...
I was in the 42 black belts can solo Topher camp until one of mine got dumpstered. Because it got a little too aggressive with my not healing. Hey, it's a Warmech!
Warmech! Time for fasts?
Mazel Swing, 3 hits for 107, Punch, 9 hits for 825, Warmech's still there. Fast goes off, that black belt is at 200 health. I am scared. Let's try some healing strats. But Punch, 14 hits for 528, Warmech's still there. Healing goes off, the black belt's up to 300. Mazel Swing, 4 hits for 211, Warmech's still there. We got the black belt up. Oh, uh-oh. This is uh-oh. Set
We've
phasers
got...
to uh-oh.
No, there it is. We needed
All right.
levels on Dang, right? Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what we bought Life 2 for.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. Come on, another one. No.
And now the much more relaxing jaunt into the Tia 1 fight. Mazza goes out, 4 hits for
Ooh.
109. Incoming hit, 4 hits for 211. That's kind of a lot more than I expected. Outgoing, 8 hits for 551. That's less than I expected. Fast goes off after the nick of time. Let's try double melee, let's try double melee, double nuke. Nuke goes out 176, Nuke goes out for 188. Bunch! 12 hits for 605, no more Tia 1.
Okay, so we are not an invincible party for GregglyPuff, but we have the tools, we have the technology. We would like some more tools, but we're gonna just do our best cannonball into Topher and see what's what as Fryteeth approaches the Lich Room and has a Sky Tower to clear.
So at 103, call it 103.20. We
That's
are
such a good
into
time.
Topher. That's scary good for a black belt party with A-Sides Isles for this.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And Fryteeth's time also ridiculously good. These runners showing off why they or how they earned their spots in the finals. GregglyPuff been putting in work for a few years, and you know this is a big moment for him, making the spring tournament finals. And Fryteeth looking to basically come out of nowhere. Fryteeth joined the community like not long after spring tournament last year. Has been quietly putting in work and has been partnered with Deadpulse, another great new up-and-coming runner, the current Duckling Supreme and Winter Dab champion. They are co-op partners in the Double Dragon Iron Goal League, and it's awesome to see a new-ish, I gotta keep saying new-ish runner taking on the Duckling Don himself. It's exciting.
Yeah, I've watched GregglyPuff race a lot. I've raced GregglyPuff a lot, and I am so stoked to see him here in the finals. And anytime I see new runners come out of nowhere and just do really, really well, I can't help but just like get a ear-to-ear grin and just kind of squee a bit. And Fryteeth is kind of doing that for me right now because it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, both of these runners are remarkable. This is a game 1 of a best of 5 series, so 3 of 5. We could be done in 3 games. We could be here for like 3 weeks, depending on how the runners' availability shakes out. But Fryteeth approaching the Bridge of Destiny. GregglyPuff talking to Lich 2. Gonna see if he wants some of these microwave pamphlets.
Lich 2, would you like to move aside? And Lich 2 says, yes, I would.
Lich 2 didn't even get a chance to respond. The Black Belt just shoves him out of the way and says, no, I gotta get in your basement. Alright, there's a lady down here who's setting stuff on fire. Now we're like kicking lizards out of the way, like, hey lady, would you like to buy a microwave? And then the Black Belt's going to be too impatient and just going to shove past her and like, I hear your basement's flooded.
What's below the flooded basement?
The wind tunnel.
Got it. Okay, we got there.
Spoilers. Bridge of Destiny time. There's the War Mech for Fryteeth, and we're going to take it too. Electric Boogaloo. I like it.
We're going to do a Mazza swing, and we're going to double fast our double melee. Fast goes off twice. That seems pretty good. Mazza swing, 8 hits for 270. Hey, there's a nuke. We haven't seen that before. No more Mazza. 17 hits, 1414. Warmech still annoyingly there. 14 hits for 735. No more Warmech.
And survives that Warmech, unlike GregglyPuff's. So no life to pick the back up, but we're trudging through this flooded basement looking for a big squid and trying to watch out for the lobsters. They are shooting pretty mean looks, just glaring.
They got them little beady eyes. And they look at you and you just kind of feel bad and want to lay down for a bit.
Yeah. Kind of feel out of time as Fryteeth through, lighting his fourth orb as GregglyPuff takes on Kraken 2. If anything goes sideways here for GregglyPuff, this is anyone's race. And there's a big punch. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I've never wanted to peek into the race room so bad. Nukes coming out, Punch coming out. Kraken 2 will not survive a 1500 damage hit. And we're going to find out what happened to the walls in this part of the basement and why it's so windy down here. And here comes Fryteeth, just about 4 to 5 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Oh boy, and there's this big dragon down here just huffing and puffing.
That's why it's so drafty.
Yeah. All those faces.
"16 hits for 1020 damage against Tia 2. Feels real good. Lightning 3 gonna do some Lightning 3 things. Nuke goes out. For 137, Tia 2 still there. Punch. 13 hits for 456. Not much damage, but it counts and it's enough.
And Fryteeth sees those Ice 2 mages and just took a reset and just said, nah, I'm gonna try this again. As GregglyPuff gonna continue his basement exploration of what the heck's going on in this place.
Mm-hmm.
But first, there's like horses and just like some evil guys hanging out. It's like, this is the weirdest party I've ever been to. I need to get certain. And then there's just a bunch of rock goals. Just who put their garden statues in here? It's like, oh my gosh. And then you get down here and it's just chaos. Just look at it. Like, who designs the pillars like this?
Somebody who's really into triangles.
All right, here we go, chaos.
Let's try some double fast strats. Here we go. Mazzo Swing goes out. 4 hits for 160. Fast goes off. Ink does ink things. Let's try some Punch. 14 hits for 1128. Chaos still there. Other Fast goes off just after the nick of time. We're going to try some Swing, Double Nuke, Punch. Punch. 14 hits for 1128. Chaos still there. Blaze comes out. Doesn't do that much damage. Blaze can usually roll up, but it didn't here. Nuke for 121. And Nuke for 392.
Wow.
That Chaos was resolved very, very quickly.
Chaos with just about 2700 HP. So
Something in there, yeah.
GG's out there for GregglyPuff with an official Racetown time of 109.49. Fryteeth continues the descent into the basement of Temple of Fiends, and we have GregglyPuff. How are you doing, Greg?
Doing pretty good. How are you guys doing out here?
Pretty good, man.
Good.
Super impressive time for you here. Sub 110. How did that seed feel for you?
I mean, everything felt great except for the sea dive. That was the only part of it that was like, I'm glad I got the chime out of it, because obviously you need the chime to beat the game. But yeah. I did feel like I kind of wasted a little bit of time, especially since that bottle that I got out of Marsh Cave led to the floater, and it was just right away.
Yeah.
It had just been in the air, literally 5 minutes or 10 minutes beforehand. So.
Yeah, and Fryteeth did beat you into the air. He was, and he's right now just punching his way through Lich 2. Was in the air and kind of getting that early exploration, and had a lot more information as you were still in Sea Shrine. But once you found that Masa and settled into your Red D grind, he continued his exploration of the seed as you were grinding, but you caught up very, very quickly, just being able to, it seemed like you finished your grind and there were 3 orbs lit. So how did you sort of, I guess, keep your wheels underneath you, so to speak? Because this is, yeah, just let you just talk for a bit.
No, it's fine. I mean, Fryteeth just punched Carry 2 for 20, 2,000 damage. That was a big old hit there.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, okay, so I get out of sea. I'm happy I got the master because I at least have something I can put on my black belt. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of glad my people got squinted by those sea trolls because I would have eventually tried to take on Kraken, and that Kraken was kind of scary. Once I tried to take him on again later with like a level 42 black belt. So it kind of worked out a little bit that I just found the orb and warped out, and it ended up being the chime, and then I got in the air right afterwards. My whole thing was at that point, checking tiles, and I was right next to volcano. Obviously, once you get in the air, and I figured I'd just hop in with the masa. I would just go down the volcano, checking tiles, like check all four tiles on the way down, and then just try to take carry on with a black belt, with a masa, and see what happens. But luckily, red D's were right there, and they had less than 200 HP, so it ended up working out okay.
Nice. Well, you did a heck of a job with this seed as fryteeth taking on Kraken 2. Shouldn't hit too much adversity here. Got spamming some invises and white shirts, and now it's just time to wait and punch. And there's the swirls from Kraken 2 as we see GregglyPuff sitting back down in front of his chair.
Hey, we can interview him now.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll jump at the booth with us.
Yeah.
He's futzing with his controller and headphones, and he'll figure it out. That guy's. I'm sure he'll figure it out. All right, fasts and white shirts and invis 2s and quad X. Oh, goodbye, Greg. Talk about a stone wall.
Yeah, I guess I came back and figured that was enough of my screen that you guys need to see.
That's fair. And Tiamat doing some punches. So fryteeth didn't check level 6 white magic and crescent, so didn't see the life 2. And as such, never promoted. So he did find a ribbon in the waterfall that you did not open the box for. So, yeah. How did you feel about going into Topher without a ribbon for safety?
Ain't nobody got time for ribbons. What did I have for somebody had negative MDef? Let's see here.
Yeah, the thieves.
Here. Oh, the thieves. Okay. Yeah. It's already terrible. So yeah, it was fine. I don't know. I don't have time to open boxes at this point. We're at the end of the game. We're at the end of the tournament. I'm up against a good runner and fryteeth. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Got things to do.
And fryteeth showing the things that he's got to do. He's gonna take on Chaos here. Fizzle, you want to do this one too?
We're gonna open with some Invis 2, some Fast, and some Bonk. We're gonna launch this Chaos into orbit. Invis 2 goes off. Fast goes off. Ink does ink things. Bonk goes off. We're gonna try some more Invis 2, some more Invis 2, and some more Bonk. We're gonna take this Chaos fight when we're good and ready. Second Invis 2 goes off, third Invis 2 goes off. The party is at 3 evasion stacks of 6. Incoming punch, 2 hits for 245. Bonk goes off. More Invis 2, more Invis 2, and some Bonk. Fourth stack of 6 goes up. Fifth stack of 6 goes up. Incoming Blaze doesn't do much to the middle red mage, but that one at the top is not looking too good. We're gonna keep bonking.
Oh boy, we're gonna one-shot Chaos. I can feel it.
Ink continues to do ink things.
Oh, no.
The red mages have run out of things to give a crap about. They've gone to weight strats. The bonking will continue until morale improves. Ink.
And we just waited. Just said, no. the confidence play from fryteeth. I love it.
More and more bonk. We're just going to see this skill list over and over again. We've got Ink Blaze, Ink Thunder, 11 hits, 2557. fryteeth doesn't kill Chaos, but was probably like 20 health shy. 2700 damage takes it though, and fryteeth finishes in second place with official GG race time of 1 hour 16 minutes and 25 seconds, and joins us in the booth. GG fryteeth.
Thanks.
How you feeling, man?
I was feeling pretty good through that one until I saw him finish. Heck of a time tonight.
yeah, you guys both put on a clinic for these flags, and fryteeth. I think there's not a whole lot of places. I think you go back and watch this VOD. It's just, I think it just boils down to Greg found the red D grind before you did, and sort of settled into that and ground the black belt. Not necessarily faster or more efficiently than you did, but just got the grind finished before you did, and within 3 to 4 minutes of finishing his grind, it seemed like he had 3 orbs lit. And
That wipe in Ice Cave didn't help either.
Yeah, that might actually be the difference there. I mean, you entered Topher just about 4 minutes behind Greg. But all in all, I don't think you have anything to be ashamed of. This was a super clean run for the both of you, and given the bonuses and malices for these late warriors, like none of them were really super OP or anything like that. So, it's just you guys did work. Level 1 nuke, I guess, helps, but so let's talk about the draft strategy. Fryteeth, you picked both of the red mages. Greg, you took the melees. Fryteeth, when you're given because the fighter, white mage and black mage weren't really all that spectacular either. What was going through your head when you're sort of strategy drafting against Greg here? And obviously you don't have to share everything because you guys still have at least 2 more games to go.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a pretty good idea of where I thought he was going to go with it. And, as I've said after some of my other races, I'm perfectly comfortable running black belt, red mage in these flags if I have to. So, I figured he was likely to take a black belt, but I mean that's basically what I've got in mind. I'm taking the red mage, and if he doesn't bring a black belt, then I probably will.
Okay. And Greg, how did so I think this is the first time I've seen you draft at Thief. What was going through your mind when you're drafting against Fryteeth and he opens with the red mage? Sort of like a generous first pick in a draft for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. It was just a generous first pick, red mage with Excal, the extra vitality. So I already think to myself, we've got, a kind of jack of all trades draft at the beginning. So for myself, I want him to pick the second caster at that point. The thief with the extra agility makes sure that things won't ambush you as much. And then, of course, he's already got the best luck in the game, so you can run away from things. And the black belt he was not affected enough by the malices for me not to take him, where the fighter was affected so heavily by the malices.
Yeah, fighter was basically a black mage in disguise.
Yeah,
with only 1 level of magic. I mean, it would have had nuke, but it would only had 2 shots of it.
Yeah, and I also the black belt with the fighter swords I thought was going to end up being more of a crucial thing, but then I found the massa like in 10 minutes. So whatever.
Yeah. Fizzle, you got questions for our runners?
I guess my only real question is, and I'll start with Greggly on this. What kind of thoughts are you thinking going into game 2?
I mean, it's tomorrow afternoon. So, I have to say, like, it always feels good to kind of go into game 2 being a game up. But at the end of the day, if I do well, then that's great. If Fryteeth beats me, he's awesome runner, so it's to be expected. So I'm just happy to be where I am. Like I'm just here to have a good time. and anything that any win that happens is great. If I lose, it's totally fine as well. I'm just here to have a good time. So, and I know I just said that 4 times, but I'm here to have a good time. Dang it!
I don't think you are.
No, I am here to have a good time. Don't tell me.
I heard that fun wasn't allowed in this tournament.
you could go full reality show and just be like, I'm not here to make friends. Same question to Fryteeth. What are you thinking going into game 2?
I felt like I played pretty well tonight. So, from that perspective, I don't feel like I need to make a ton of changes. I mean, there's always little things here and there that can make a difference, but um, I'm relatively happy with how I played, and that's good because this was my first seed in a few days. But same thing that Greg just said. I never expected to make it this far. I mean, this is my first spring tournament. When I signed up, I was hoping maybe for round of 16. That was kind of my goal, and got a long ways to go in this one. Hopefully, 3 or 4 more games to go. But Greg is just a terrific runner, and I mean, let's be honest. All the training that you do, all the stuff you do with the duck program, that's a large part of the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
And next, speaking of race 2, we can find that tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern on RPG Limit Break. It's going to be a good one. Fizzle, you want to take us home?
Sure. I want to give a big shout out to the unspoken heroes of this broadcast tonight. Lord of the Synth doing restream duty, and Danny3883, our tracker extraordinaire. Big shout outs to my partner in crime, Caleb, who makes every one of these shows just a delight to do. And a big thank you to the runners for giving us such a good clinic on how to make it through these tournament flag sets. For all of us at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, my name is Lorfinborfin, and we will see you tomorrow for Game 2. Have a good night, everyone.